Waiting for that. That always takes a minute. It always takes longer when I'm not on when I hope to be. Okay, very good. Find the meeting. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. And let me get everybody in here. Your volume's on. Well, turn it on and off. Good morning. I'm Judge Person. I welcome everybody to court this morning. And I would just give you some information, but I think that we'll probably just get started. I did see the office of Miss McMahon on first, and so could y'all get on screen? Great. I'm going to move y'all into the breakout room. Just take your volume down. And y'all can meet. And I will ask Nice B ThinkPad, tell me your name. I don't know your name. Yes.
Apologies, my name is Nicholas Burney.
That's fine. No worries, Mr. Burney. I got you down.
Shows Nick B ThinkPad, but I don't know if that shows on your end. Excuse me, Your Honor.
It just says NICB ThinkPad. So I just thought, I'm not sure. So I just asked. It's not a big problem at all. And we'll be with you shortly.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Everybody right now is meeting with the prosecutor, and so there's really not a lot for me to do. I'm just going to wait and see where things are unfolding. Probably just a handful of things to let you know. First, I welcome everybody to the municipal court. My name is Kathleen Person. I'm the judge for the city. And I guess another thing that would be helpful is just to know that we're appearing on Zoom, but that's by agreement. And if anyone feels like they would rather be coming into court for this meeting, that's fine. We just need to schedule accordingly. So let me know. Otherwise, I assume everybody's okay with the platform and that it's convenient. And I'm going to continue to use the convenience, even though it's really not for contested things. But if folks agree to be here and it works, then we do that. And if not, we just come on in. If we need to go into trial, though, we wouldn't do that here. That's not appropriate in my under the rules that I'm operating under at this time. Another thing I would probably let folks know is that the options for dismissal in a Class C court are really sorry, I'm going to try to organize while I do this. The options for dismissal include if things are compliance dismissible, that would be where state law says if you bring it up to date, it gets dismissed. On a plea of guilty or no contest, to automatically look for those. That would be something like if your registration is out and you bring it up to date and you're on time to court and you pay the fees that you have to pay at the DMV, and then you bring that paperwork over to the municipal court, I am allowed to do a dismissal with a minimum fee, a fee of $20, and it's a lot less expensive. The law says the judge shall do so on a plea of guilty or no contest, which means I look for those if you plead guilty or no contest. The one person that I see who might have something like that, actually the two people where it looks like that, they're not here. So anyway, but they didn't plead guilty or no contest either. But another way that people sometimes do dismissals, and that you have actually a right to, and that I automatically am tasked with looking for, is if you have a moving violation and you qualify to be in the driver safety course program. And you don't have to do it, but if you appear to be qualified and you plead guilty or no contest, then I start talking to you about it to see if you want to do it. And if you have questions about that, you can ask the prosecutor or myself. I'm not going to automatically do that because I don't have the proper plea, but that's not a pressure. It just doesn't kick in that duty for me. But but you can ask questions about it if you want. Let me pause right there and ask Miss McMahon and Mr. Matson to go ahead and just give me an update. This is on the Nathan Hernandez case. And there's a single charge of turning when unsafe is the allegation. And where are we at this time?
Your Honor, there is an offer on the table, so if we could get a recess and Ms. McMahon can discuss that with her client, that'd be great.
Sure. Are we coming back to this platform or are we moving into the courtroom? What works best for you two?
I think Zoom is still appropriate.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Is May 14th too soon? That's about 2 weeks.
Yes, probably.
Okay, let me move that out just a little bit. Give you an alternative to that. I'm gonna be out for a little bit at the end of May, so we are gonna look at and then we have some technology getting moved into our building. So let's go with June 13th. I realize that's pretty far out, but that's really erring in that direction, I think better.
That's not a
Sorry,
problem.
that's Zoom, excuse me. June 11th.
Oh, June 11th, Zoom. Yeah, looks like I actually already have a case set on that day in your court, so that should be perfect.
Okay, great. That's even better in my opinion. Okay, so we'll have all that lined up and we'll send that reminder to you probably later today, Miss McMahon.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Anything further from either of you? Because we'll just let you go, Miss McMahon.
Okay, all right,
Nothing to
thanks.
say, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Alcoser, Mr. Matson, I'm gonna let y'all move into that breakout room.
Thank
Y'all ready? Thank you. Should happen automatically here in a quick moment. So, and then the third way to gain a dismissal is if you have a request and are granted a deferral. Now, a deferral is like deferred means delay, and deferred disposition is what it's called legally. Delay and disposition is to finalize. Delay making that case final. I put a court order in place that all parties sign where appropriate, excuse me, and it lists the things that need to be done in order to gain a dismissal. The way you gain a deferral in this type of court is you request it. I'd like a deferred, guilty or no contest. I'd like a deferred. And the judge can say, I grant it or I don't. You can talk to the prosecutor about whether he would agree as well. That's another way that y'all can bring an agreement to me. And I generally sign those. The conditions are always to sort out, how it's getting paid. Or, if adjustments need to be made. Another thing would be like a period of time where you don't reoffend. Oftentimes I'll require something like a class, or sometimes if a person's license is out in some form or fashion, I ask them to bring that up to speed. So it'll be things related to the offense. If I grant it, it's not going to be like you got a speeding charge, but I'm sending you to a drug class. So it's connected, and I'm allowed to impose those things. I usually try to keep it to a minimum because I want it to be successful. And the more I pile on, the less likely people are to succeed. And that's not the goal. The goal is to get you through it and be realistic about it. And usually then there's about 120-day period, 4 months, where you don't get more offenses, and you have to keep your address up to date and not get arrested. But it's mostly things that are not happening. Most people aren't moving. Generally, most people aren't being arrested. Generally speaking, it's not a pervasive problem. It's a reminder to drive a little bit better, but sometimes a class, sometimes a document, and we sort out the fines and costs. And then if you successfully complete it, you have a copy and it's in your possession. It's a list of things and you can check them off and know what will happen. And you don't have to plead guilty and admit the offense. You can plead no contest. A no contest plea is just that, not contesting. It doesn't mean that you agree. It doesn't even mean that you disagree. It literally means like not going to say, but I'm willing to move into sentencing. And you can request a deferral on either a guilty or a no contest plea. If you plead not guilty, I can't do a sentencing option because you're requesting a trial. So pleading not guilty really is asking for trial because it shifts the burden of proof over to the state. And at trial, they have to go first and put on a basic level of proof on each element. And then the defendant person has an opportunity, if they wish, to put on a case or to question witnesses and refute. They're not required to do that. They can. And then a jury decides, what they are going to go with. You can't know what they're going to do. That's the risk, but people should go in the direction that they feel is appropriate for their case. And I'm not here to lean on anyone or make them do it a certain way. I'm just spelling out the options right now because I have found most people represent themselves in a court like this one, and I can't give legal advice. I can tell you what is, which is what I've done, sort of informally, but I don't need to make it heavy in order for people to get it. And, then it's your case and you tell me where you're going with your plea. And as long as people plead not guilty, I'm moving that case toward a trial process because that is what the Constitution and the law provides. As far as trials, we do those here in the court. We do have to come in one intermediary step that I don't do on Zoom, which is to do final forms and setting of a bond. And right now that's not been triggered yet on anyone's case. It could be, but if it's not, we're not there yet. So we do that here in the courtroom and we schedule and figure out everybody's everything because there are certain rights that attach at that point that I'm not comfortable doing on Zoom. I really think face to face is the way to do certain constitutional provisions, just work better if we're talking all together here at once. And so we'll take that next step generally. Now, I just nearly called you Mr. ThinkPad. I'm so sorry. Mr. Bernie, you noticed I asked the attorney, did she want to come back onto this platform? They have an agreement. It's not an agreement. It's a proposal, but she can't agree without her client agreeing. So she's taking a step. And what she's saying with yes, I'll stay on Zoom is I think we're going to settle it, but she might not. It's not an obligation. Another thing that you want to know is if you need time to meet with an attorney, generally it's kind of been waived when you entered a plea. However, I'm not super strict about that until, there's a point in time. But at this point, it's the first time I've spoken with you about it probably. And, if you are trying to get legal advice, in Class C courts, we don't court appoint counsel in Texas. There's a long-winded legal reason, but it's the legal status of it, mainly because you're not jailed if you're found guilty. And therefore, if you want to do that, meet with an attorney, you definitely just say, hey, Judge, I need time. And, I'll reschedule the case. And it doesn't mean the person is then forced to hire someone. It means that they are exploring that option and they're coming back to tell me they did or didn't do that. It's not a commitment. It's a right to exercise a consultation or a meeting. And so let me know if that's what you're trying to do. If you don't tell me, I assume, and I'm allowed to assume that you're waiving that. So Mr. Alcoser, Mr. Mattson, let's get an update on the Rebecca Alcoser case. It's a single charge of allegation of a handicap placard card.
Judge, I think if we just get that, I think you said May 14th is the next Zoom date.
Yes.
Get reset to then. That should give Mr. Alcoser enough time to get me the paperwork we need.
Okay. That would be just fine. Mr. Alcoser, can we email that to the address the email that we used for today's meeting?
Yes, Your Honor. That'd be perfect.
Okay. We'll send that to you later today, if not this morning. And if you have anything else, let me know.
Thank you, Judge.
Then I assume you're good and we'll let you go. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Bernie, I'll let you move on into that meeting. with Mr. Matson now at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Matson is the city's attorney. He's the prosecutor, so he's not your representative, but he does represent the other side, so just be aware of that. And he's very clear about that role as well.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Someone named Dorothy Butler is coming in, and I'm going to let her in, but I don't know who she might be. Good morning. Probably the Jones case. Good morning, Ms. Butler. Are you able to unmute and talk to me? Hi.
Yes, good morning. I apologize, I'm late. My paralegal had like the April 2nd Zoom link still, so we had to call in and get it from you guys.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that happened.
No, my apologies.
Are you here on the Jones case?
I am.
Okay. Tell me your name.
It's Dorothy Lawrence.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I remember last time that I knew your face, and I thought we have the wrong name, I think. Did your name recently
It's it's just they've changed it on my Zoom. I'm mid ugly divorce, so that's they've just put my maiden name back on. That's what that is.
Yeah, I've had one of those or two.
So when the last thing you want to do is continue to use your legal name, right?
Yeah, I do get it. I get it. I haven't even thought about it that way. You're right.
I know we spoke on the 2nd, and we're trying to get her to just keep working through these. I think I told you before, she's got tickets in like 6 or 7 counties we're trying to clean up.
Mhm.
So I think when we spoke, it was proof of registration and license, or the court cost with the deferral was I had written down for the offer.
Okay, hold on
I
just
think-
hold on just a moment. I think that was a meeting with the proprosecutor, and he'll come back in the room, and y'all
no worries.
again.
No worries.
I don't
She
actually.
hasn't gone anywhere with it yet anyway, because I think what she's going to end up having to do is go get an occupational license, because it's the only way for her to clean this up.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
is to get the occupational license, so then she can do the other steps. So we have not made any progress yet, other than trying to get a hold of her to say, this is what you're going to have to do next.
Have you been onto the there's a really cool can you get on screen?
I am currently sick in bed in a hoodie, so I will happily get on the screen, but I'm not in my typical courtroom attire at the moment.
Okay, I understand. So what I was
Thank you.
gonna say is there's a really cool website. It's a Texas state site. It's called Law Help, Texas Law Help. And
Yes.
a total printout that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of how to get your occupational.
Okay.
And it still is the case that people would probably, even with that printout, they're probably better off having a lawyer walk through it, because it's a bit of a maze. But
well, and she's actually come to us. She's getting help through like a legal insurance group, so they'll actually pay our fees to get her the license. She's just got to sit down, and she's got to pay the filing fee, of course, on that. The tickets were a lot easier for us to represent because there's no upfront fee on those. The occupational license, she's just got to get her ducks in a row. So
yeah,
I know that's the next step, is so we can finally get her to clean everything up. But
those take a while. I was gonna say those are a little bit of a challenge. I've got a few late people. Maybe I hope you're the only person who had that problem. But let me
I think it was just my paralegal just moved the court date, and he didn't even think about moving the date or switching the Zoom link, because when I logged in, it was April 2nd Zoom link.
I understand. Their audio is still working to connect. So let me just see where we are.
Sure.
Yeah, their audio. I don't know who it is. I've got two people missing. Hello, Mr. Caballero. Your audio is not connected.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay, thank you. Man, I'm supposed to be pretty good at electronics, and I just had a hard time getting connected with you guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What is your name?
Marcus Caballero.
Okay, great. Let me get your file pulled up because actually I'm meeting with you this morning.
Yes.
Let me see. I don't have it.
It's a 9 o'clock meeting.
Yes, no, I know. I'm just talking to the clerk for a quick moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I mean, you're welcome to look at it, but I don't have it, so I need those back, but see if it got mixed in with the other one, but I don't see it. Just give me a moment. Let me get your case pulled up, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
That's all good. Okay, let's see. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't have it. Okay, I've got everything now. Let me just walk you through kind of what I have and we can then talk about what might be done, okay?
Yeah.
There is a speeding charge from May 23rd of 2019. It's older, and I believe we're gonna have some probably holds on the license, but I did receive a plea of no contest to that charge. And I did read the letter that you sent to me. Thank you. And yeah, you had mentioned, a meeting and is no contest your plea to that speeding charge?
Yes, ma'am.
From that same stop, there was a driving while license invalid charge. The fines and costs are at $456.17. Oh, I remember this case. Yeah, from why I asked them to go ahead and schedule you. But let me
Yeah, we
just
actually had a funeral. I'm sorry.
let me just check in with you. I'm still gonna talk for a few minutes. I did receive a plea of no contest. Is that your plea at this time?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, and then there's what's called a violation of promise to appear. That means not coming to court on time. Basically, on your citation, there's always a court date, and that's the court date that we're obligated to follow that court date. We have a duty to appear. And so you were just cited one time for not doing so on the original court date. And I did receive a plea of no contest. Is that your plea at this time?
Yes, Judge. It is.
And then what you had proposed is that you pay, there's a balance of $1,282.97. So $1,282.97. And you had proposed that you pay it off with $675. I don't think I can get you there.
Mm.
I think I can get you to I'm not sure because there's collection fees.
Mhm.
I might be able to get you to about 850.
850.
Yeah,
Let me see that'd be a difference of what, 175?
I believe so.
Yeah. I know that you're compromising, and thank you so very much. I know that we had a funeral at that time, and it was just trying to get there. I said, gosh, I'm taking a chance, and it was years back. I forgot about it, but yeah, I mean, I'm obligated. I went to your city and I violated that, took a chance on it. I got stopped, and I was taking 4 people because of the funeral. So it's on me. I shouldn't have done that. So, and I've had a chance I forgot about it really. And then my daughter called me and said, "Hey, Dad, you have a ticket from 4 years ago?" I said, "No." And then so I said, "Oh my God, Temple." I went through, when she showed it to me, and I took care of it. And I've been trying to do that. And I definitely, I'll scrape it up. Well,
I have to try to get you there first. It may give or take. Give me a minute, okay?
yes, of course.
So while I'm doing that, you're going to think about when you can get it all done.
Okay.
Yes, I get that. I just, my question was, what are the court costs? Write them down and I'll start talking to you about reductions. You have a reinstatement fee, that is not owed to me. It would be owed to the state of Texas. You might want to check in on the state of Texas website and look your license up.
Okay,
But hold on, let me work on, and see where we can get the balance to.
do we know more or less how much that is?
We're, probably about $100 or so.
Okay, I wrote that down.
You'll need to get with them though. I am not them.
Okay, okay, thank you.
The clerk is looking up some information for me and then we're gonna start looking at reductions. Once I start doing reductions, I'll see where I can get this to go.
Okay,
My 850 is not the final number. It's experience talking. I've done this for a while.
okay, thank you so much. Uh,
Can we pause that for just a moment and just do a reduction on the VPTA? Just take the fine off. Let's see what we wind up with. After that, let's give Mr. Grisham a quick call. I mean, is that case still pending?
It still is. He's switched up. Line.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, it'd be good if we knew those things because I'm trying to think about whether we call him, which is not a pleasant thought, so. I've never known that to be the case. I don't know.
Makes sense. And
Okay, then.
we call him.
Well, we are sentencing. But I don't always know how y'all's system works because it doesn't. It may get to the point where it reflects the law, but it doesn't track it exactly.
I just
For
don't recall
example,
that.
Yeah, I'm specifically saying that we are sentencing him and I've just accepted his pleas and we're gonna recall his warrants anyway, so. Yes, can we take it off? Sorry?
On that one charge.
Yeah.
It's a 174.
What's our total turn into then? Okay, let's take the DWLI and take the fine, look at the fine. It should be, two. Oh, tell me what it is.
It's about different things. There's also 199.
Take that down to 75. And then can we see the total? Okay, Mr. Matson, let's go ahead and let me get Mr. Bernie back over.
So
Just
so
one,
this is Marcus.
just,
Should I
just,
be on there?
just a moment. No, everybody's in court together. Just
Oh,
wait a
they
minute,
are?
okay? I actually have to mute you for a minute because I need to talk with the other party. Okay, Mr. Matson and Mr. Bernie, let's see where we are with regard to the single charge of driving on an improved shoulder charge allegation.
Judge, if we could reset this case to May 14th as well, Mr. Bernie just needs a little bit of time to get some things together and send him over to the court.
Okay. I can do that. And so I will send that, Mr. Bernie, to the email that we have on file. Will that work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then you're good to hang up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Matson.
And Mr. Matson, Attorney Butler, who is also Attorney Lawrence, is here for Janea Jones, and I will move y'all over to a meeting together. Okay, Mr. Caballero, I did get you down to 860.73. Now, one thing you need to know is if you can't pay this within the next, I need to know how soon can you pay this in full? I'm sorry, you've got to go off mute. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to unmute.
Audio.
Yeah,
There?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can pay that. I need to pay that today. I just was able to barely get that together. But
Okay,
I think I'll just I'll do that. I'll pay for it with my my card, my debit card.
right. You save some money if you pay it today, so that's helpful. It won't go up. Okay. You are actually free to go online and pay it today. I know you're in Irving, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as soon as you hang up, you can go onto the court's website and do the payment. If you need help with that, you can call the clerk, the regular number, and someone can walk you through it. Okay?
I did. I wrote it down.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you,
It-
Judge. Thank you from the heart, my heart. I'm just a little bit about my character. I've never drank. I've never done drugs. Try to follow the rules as much as I can. And I slipped, and I went through your city, and I apologize to you. Thanks on behalf of my city to yours. Thanks and my heart. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I can figure out how to hang up. Okay.
You just hang up. That's it. I can
Oh,
take
I
you
just hang up.
and remove
Okay.
you.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, anytime we're sentencing, the assumption is that we're removing a warrant, but I don't mind telling you, I just forget to say it out loud. Because the warrant was to get people in. So as the theory goes, it's not needed. Sometimes though, I don't fully, like I tell them it's not recalled. Because I'm gonna put it back if they don't do what they say they're gonna do, so. Tim's still alive, so I don't want to go further than that, but that's true. I have this friend who makes a jam and it's she's a fellow lawyer and it's strawberry and pineapple. And she calls it sunshine jam. It is so good. It's crazy how good it is. I'm just waiting for the technology to work, so. Goodness. I've tried 3 times.
I'll go back over there. I feel like sometimes when that happens, as soon as I join the breakout room, they get sent back over here.
Okay.
What'd I tell you?
That's true. That's funny. Okay, so let's check in and on the Jones case, where are we?
So Your Honor, it sounds like there is progress being made on getting an occupational license, and I know that that is a lengthy process.
It
So
is.
discussing how far out you'd be willing to reset these cases.
Let's check in on June 11th online. Will that work for y'all?
Let me just make sure. Yes, June 11th works.
Okay. All right, we will send that over to you later today or this afternoon.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. You're good to go.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.